Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Hello Hello the podcast with me and Ramo. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Um
Welcome.
this is
Hi.
episode what? 35.
35. Yeah, 35 now.
Crazy.
We can't talk about how crazy it is. No. We do that
What?
too much.
Okay,
It is
sorry.
crazy that we're up to episode 35, but we can't do it. We get to do it too much. We got to save all our excitement for like the next couple of big episodes that are coming up. So,
Fair enough, fair
uh,
enough.
it's just
What
a
an average
tame
number.
episode 35. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing exciting about it. Don't get too crazy. What is exciting today, though, gents, is we have a couple of fun news topics that we're going to talk about. Um,
Yeah, sweet.
you know, as we do every week. Nothing crazy about that. We do have
No.
exciting topics every week. You guys would know that by now. But no, yeah, we do have some exciting topics this week. But before we do that, gents, as always, what have you been up to for the last week? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been doing?
Oh, I started Row 96, which was
Yes.
going well until it ended up me vomiting in the bathroom. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
um
motion sickness. We love to see it.
love it. But so
Yeah.
far, like the thing that has ingrained in my mind about that game is the music. It is incredible. I just love the music
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
game so much. So yeah, it was good. I wish I could keep going.
You probably need to play it, I think, with those motion sickness goggles on that you've got.
Oh
You
yeah.
should give those a go. Just sit there for 3 hours in them and
Or
see if
just
they
have
actually
like
work.
a bucket
Because
on
like
hand. I
because
mean
you
they're
have them, you
yeah,
you bought them,
but
and
they're
it's
not
like I
meant
don't
for
think you've ever actually
stationary.
tried. They're not. They're meant for like driving and
Yeah. That's
sort
why
of
they don't
those
work
types of
when I
motion
sit
sicknesses.
down
But yeah,
on
I
a
don't know.
chair.
Have you ever tried? Like, have you ever given them a solid crack though? Like,
I have one stream
because
and I got sick.
technically you are driving in road 96, so it could work, who knows.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe you just need to sit so close to the monitor
Mm.
that you can't see any peripherals around you, and then have
Yeah.
the goggles on, and it will feel like you're driving.
And then
Like
I like
that
sway my
might be
head
the
every
kicker.
time we like do anything,
Exactly,
like
yeah.
simulate that I am
Exactly,
actually
yeah.
okay. Okay.
You know what? Even better, you've got
Simulation
VR
rig.
goggles sitting behind you. Just exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You could even too, if you wanted to go that in depth, get the floor, the pedestal fan, and just like every time you're in a convertible or you roll the window
Oh,
down or
that'd be
something, you just like
nice.
put it on the low setting, and it's just like, you know, blowing a breeze in your face. That could work.
That could work, yeah.
Yeah. There's so many possibilities, man. But
Why did I
yeah.
think of this
I
sooner?
have been hearing
Um,
exactly, yeah. And I'm gonna have to start patterning these ideas, I think,
yeah, I
with all
think you
these
should.
games that are coming out, like all these VR focused games. I think I'm gonna have to get something in motions. But I have been hearing good things about Road 96. I've seen a fair few
Mm.
people playing it online, and yeah, praising it and stuff like that too. So it's good to see. Um, but yeah, I might have to pick it up at some point. I didn't watch too much because I haven't watched either yours or Steven's gameplay yet, just because I
Totally.
don't want to be spoiled, just in case I do pick it up.
Yeah. And I get that.
Because it is one of those games where like, yeah, you sort of want to go into it a bit blind. Because yeah, otherwise it's just gonna become a spoil fest, and that's never fun. That's never
No,
fun.
not at all.
Um, Speaking of that, I have no major spoilers, but like tiny little like hints and things of things that are happening in Shang-Chi. Because I haven't been able to watch it because we're still in lockdown, so our cinemas are closed. And
I'm
it's on Disney
so
Plus, so I can't
dying.
like rent it or anything.
I'm dying to
It's yeah,
talk
I
to you
am
about
too,
it.
gents. I really want to see it, but I have been like scrolling Twitter, and like I said, there's nothing too crazy that has been coming out, like
Yeah.
nothing drastic, but it's like people talking about little things that happen in it that I didn't realize. Uh, I was reading a spoiler until it was too late, just because I haven't seen the movie, so I
Right,
don't
right.
know exactly what's in it. Like I don't know how to avoid it. I don't know what I'm avoiding, and so like I was reading these things and looking at these images, and I'm like, wait a fucking minute, this is from God. I gotta scroll past it, like, yeah, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think like anything that looks remotely like something that's from Shang-Chi, just
yeah,
don't
yep,
look at it.
yep.
Because
I don't. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm slowly teaching myself now. I think it's mostly IGN articles or like IGN
Mm,
posts and like, GameSpot and those types of publications and things that I have to avoid because they're the ones that just sort of willy-nilly post whatever the hell they want about
yeah.
spoilers or not, and it's yeah. So I have been avoiding those like the plague. Um but yeah, hopefully we can get out soon, or if we could just wait out a bit longer and it comes to Disney Plus and I can rent it at least. But
Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
nice.
still very excited for it. I know you watched it uh over the weekend, did you not?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah. See, we can't even talk about it. What a shame.
Oh,
What
I
a
really want to.
shame.
But anyways,
Oh,
shall we
I
start
mean,
with
you
the
can if you want to.
news?
Oh, actually,
No, I won't, because a lot of people
no,
wouldn't
I
have seen it.
can't. Yeah, because I gotta. Well, other people,
Oh,
and then I've
and
got to
true,
edit
and
it
you are
afterwards
editing
too.
it. Yeah.
Like I can't. Yeah, I can't edit it. But yes, let's jump into the news trends.
Yeah.
Now is it a surprise? Really? I mean,
Mm,
I I
ish.
wasn't that surprised when this was announced. Yeah, it's an ish surprise. It seemed like it was coming.
Yeah.
Because of like what's been happening for the past couple of years surrounding this game. Um, and I actually haven't played it. You've played a little bit of it, haven't you?
Sorry, I was moving my mic.
Have you? Or am I
Yes.
thinking of someone else?
A
No,
little
you're fine.
bit of it. Is
Yeah,
Alan Wake the one where you yell for your kids, or is that something else? No,
I
that's
don't
Heavy
know.
Rain.
I haven't. That's Heavy Rain. Yeah,
Fuck.
I was gonna
Then I
say
don't
it
know what
sounds very
Alan
heavy
Wake
rainy, but
was. Oh no, I do.
uh,
Yes.
it's the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
with the
yeah.
torch. It's the government torch.
That helps.
But
Um,
I haven't played it yet. It's been sitting in my Steam account. I own the game.
oh,
I
okay.
just have never played it. It's been in my pile of shame. Um, but yeah, they're making an Alan Wake remastered edition for those that haven't caught on yet. Um, it's yeah, is it coming out this year, Jens?
I want to
I think
say,
so.
yeah, it
Yeah,
actually didn't tell
I
us.
think so.
So, yeah, I want to say,
No.
um, it's kind of cool, but I just wonder how many people are gonna like. I didn't finish the game. I played a little bit of it, so I wonder if there
Mm,
is any
mm.
replayability in this that people who have played this are going to play it again. But it's kind of cool for like
I
anyone else
mean,
who did want to
it's
check it out to play a better version of it.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's been 11 years since the
yeah.
game first released. It came out in 2010. And it is coming out October 5th this year, so it's only, a
Okay.
month away now, roughly. Just around the corner now. So it's been 11 years. So like, let's just say you played the game when it first came out on like Xbox 360 or PlayStation
Mm.
3, way back when, and you played it once because it is a story-based,
Ooh.
single player game. Like, there's nothing crazy to it. Um, but like you played it once and then you gone, okay, cool, put that game away, never play it again. And now 11 years come around, you're like, holy shit, they're making a remake.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go back and check it out and see what I remember about it. Like,
Which
or relive some of my happy memories.
do you think they're gonna make people buy it again? Because that would
100%. Yeah.
suck.
100%. Uh, yeah, 100%. I would be very, very surprised
Same.
if they were giving it away for free, the people that already owned it, considering it is like quite an old title,
Mm.
or quite a dated title. Um, you know, yeah.
I guess
And it's also
diehard
like you got to
fans
think
would buy
too
it again.
that the yeah. I don't know if I don't know if they released a price point that they're gonna sell it for, but like I think I would be happy to pay 30, 35, $40 for it, maybe
Yeah,
something like that,
40
maybe 50
max,
bucks.
maybe.
Not like triple A prices, not like 60, 70, $80, anything like that. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, around 40 to $50, I feel would be a comfortable price
I
for it.
agree.
Considering it is just a remaster, it's not a remake. They're not like, remodeling any assets. They're not like, redoing voice lines or, animations and things like that. They are just touching up some of the uh everything that's in the game and stuff like that roughly. So it's nothing too crazy.
Mm.
Um but yeah, having said that though, gents, Alan Wake,
Mm.
when I first picked it up, maybe 5 years ago or something, maybe a bit less than that. It was because they were pulling it down from digital distributions, like Steam and, you know, GOG and all that sort of stuff
All
because
right.
the music rights to the songs that were in the game were expiring. They
Right.
only had like a 5-year license on these tracks.
How funny.
And so they had to pull it down from, digital distributions because they couldn't sell it with the no licenses for the tracks in it. Um, Having said that, they have seemed to, get the licenses again for this remastered version of it, because obviously they wouldn't be able to sell it without it. Uh,
Mm.
which is going to wreak havoc on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh
Absolute
yeah.
wreak havoc because they're all like real world artists and real world songs, obviously.
Yep.
And so I know most of you guys are probably aware that a lot of the DMCA stuff that's been happening quite recently on Twitch and YouTube and all of these live streaming platforms. Um, so I'd be very surprised if I do see streamers actually playing this, or people making YouTube videos on it because of just the fear out of getting your channel, like, copy stricken
Totally.
from,
Totally.
just playing a game, like, or you're gonna have to bite the bullet and play the game with, like, a muted audio track whenever these songs come on and be really quick on the mute button,
That'd be too
which is gonna
annoying.
suck because, like, it ruins the whole sort of vibe and, I guess, emotion behind a lot of these scenes, I'm assuming, so it's a hard sort of hill to be on, I guess,
Yeah.
but yeah, still exciting for Alan Wake fans. I guess it can just be as a game that you just, sit on the couch and play and, you don't have to stream it. You don't have to watch people stream it. Just make it a personal thing. This is a you game
Yeah.
now. Don't
Not
make it about a
everything's
stream. Don't
about
make it
someone
content.
else.
Yeah. Not everything is about content. So
I mean, um,
yeah, this is true. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. But no, quite exciting. It's coming to all consoles and all platforms. So PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and Epic Games, and all that sort of stuff. Um, so look for it next month. Alan Wake Remastered
yeah.
coming soon.
Um,
Uh,
moving on.
Now I'm very excited about this, Jens.
Yeah.
Please
Well, this is
tell me.
reportedly,
Oh,
so who knows? But
yeah. I did see it was all rumored, but
it'd be cool. So Nintendo basically
mm,
reportedly bringing back Game Boy and Game Boy Color games to the Switch, which is pretty major, if true.
yes. Oh,
Honestly, I don't remember any
I
games that
cannot
were
wait.
on the Game Boy. I had a Game Boy and it was stolen. Um, there isn't
Dude,
any
there was so many.
mention
Hang
of the
on.
titles
Keep going.
that would be coming. Just by the way, yeah. What?
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, you do you have a Game Boy still?
I was gonna say I just walked around my desk because I have a Game Boy sitting in my room.
Oh
I
wow.
still have my copy here. Look at this bad boy. Game Boy Tattoo Edition because I was a cool kid. Game Boy Advance. This thing is scratched to all shit, like it has been through the ringer, but it still works. It still holds a charge. It still charges. It still plays
Wow.
games. These things, it's a tank, man. And
It's like the
so
Nokia
I also
phones.
have my original DS in here too. Honestly, they don't make shit like they used to anymore.
Yeah.
They just don't. But like, there were so many good games that I played on this thing, like Star Wars
Do you
Episode
remember?
2, Attack of
Oh,
the
okay.
Clones. This
Okay.
game, I remember this game being hard as shit. This game was hard as shit. I used to hate it so much because it was tough, but it was great because it was Star Wars. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Oh, what a game. Scooby
Ooh.
Doo Unmasked, Jens.
There was a
Scooby-Doo
Scooby Doo
games. They don't make
game.
shit like this anymore. Yeah. Monsters Inc. game. Oh,
There
like,
was Monsters
there's so
Inc.
much.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then, like, obviously, you could, like, play Pokemon Fire Red and all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff in there, too. Like, it was... Oh, what else do I have in here? Legend of Zelda. The Minish Cap.
Ooh.
This game was great. It was like a... Oh, it's just... I could go on as to how many games I have in here. That I would just play the shit out of, like, on car trips, and like I'd take it camping, and like
Yeah.
it's such a good console. And so like it'd be great if they did, like Jen said, this is all reported, or, reportedly rumors and all that sort of stuff, so we don't know if it's actually true, but it would be great if they did bring it back, because they've been doing pretty well with all of the all the other throwback stuff from like the SNES and the NES that
Mm.
they're already putting on the Switch. Um, sort of all the most popular games that were released for those respective platforms. So it'd be cool to see them do this again for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color because it sort of is the next step ish after like the SNES and S. Obviously, there was the Nintendo 64, which we have yet to see. But who knows? It's yeah. I'd be very excited if they did this. There's a lot of potential for it. Games are probably easily ported. It is, the Switch is a handheld device. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color were handheld devices, so it's sort of like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and it's yeah, and I get it's also going to be a push to get people to purchase the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, obviously,
True.
because you can only access the SNES and the NES library currently if you have an active online subscription. Which is I think pretty fair. As much as you might not want to be playing the older games, as much as like the newer ones, like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey and all that sort of stuff, they're there if you want them.
Hmm.
And the online subscription is honestly quite fairly priced. I feel like $30 for a year, incredible, compared to like PlayStation's and Xbox's implementation, where it's like I think $70 it used to be. They don't really do them anymore. Xbox because they have the Game Pass bundle, so you're sort of paying monthly now
Right.
instead of like
Yeah.
one big subscription for the year.
Yeah.
But they used to be so expensive, and so like now you can get $30 a year, and it's like that's so cheap. That's like it's cheaper than a game.
Does it come free or
And
do you have
yeah,
to
so
buy them?
it'd be great. When you get the subscription is like the cost of the games, I guess, if that makes sense. So you don't have to buy the games when they're
Oh, okay,
released to the
cool. I thought
thing.
it was the subscription
Um,
plus the
you
price
just yeah,
of buying the game.
no, yeah.
Right, that's
So
great.
no, so you get the subscription for Nintendo Switch Online, and then at the moment I don't know
I
what
should
they have on
boot my Switch up
the
and
SNES and
get
NES thing.
some.
They it's great though. They have like some of the old Mario games. They have some of the
Oh,
older
that's so good.
Zelda games. They have like some really obscure ones that you would never have played, like some golf games, some tennis games, things like that. It's sort of just a cool little trip down memory lane.
Wait,
So
when is
it'd be exciting if
WarioWare
they did do this.
coming?
A month away, 2 months away, something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
It's right around the
It's
corner.
not
I
yet.
did
Okay.
see a Nintendo tweet about it a couple of
I'm very
days
excited
ago or a
about
week ago
that.
now. Yeah, that's gonna be some good fun. That's gonna be some good fun.
Yeah.
But no, hopefully this is true. We will report on it if we do hear anything, confirming this or denying this, in the coming weeks. I guess I hope. Yeah,
Absolutely.
keep your eyes and ears peeled
Mm.
because I'm super excited. I mean, I can't wait if they do this. Oh, what a great console it'll be. Um, yeah, in a sort of change of tone, uh, this is kind of bonkers, but I'm
Right?
sure most of you guys have heard this as well if you sort of keep your ear to the ground. But China restricting uh, children to 3 hours of video games a week maximum. That's it.
I
3 hours.
That's so little.
It's like it to think, right? What like I'm not sure what their networking capabilities are like in China, and probably like it depends on where you're living in China, obviously. So like it'll be
Mm.
different from Beijing to some of the more rural parts. But like just thinking like here in Australia, we have pretty shit internet. Even with NBN here in my house, like I have NBN to the node, like
Uh-huh.
it's still NBN, but it's still just to the node. Like it's not perfect. Um, 3 hours. If they include like download times and update times and things like that for these games,
Surely
I like
not.
sometimes it'll take me an hour and a half to download an update for a game. Uh, and they're like, that's half my playtime gone. Like
Yeah.
right now, I am downloading the update for Siege. It's 11.07 gigabytes on Uplay, and it has taken me an hour and 15 minutes, and it's still going. Like the total estimation time was like an hour and 15 or an hour and a half, and I still have 30 minutes remaining. And it's only halfway through.
Jeez.
So it's like it's like that's incredible as to how little time that is. But it is, they have been trying to crack down on video gaming in China for quite a while now because and a lot of those sort of Asian countries as well are facing a similar sort of
Mm.
epidemic, I guess, or precedent,
Japan is
where a
pretty
lot of
bad.
their younger, yeah, Japan and Korea, but
Oh,
I
Korea's
remember me and
terrible,
Emma
I
have
think.
watched a
Yeah.
there's a good little documentary thing on Vice
Yes,
about
I watched that.
they have these like rehabilitation camps in South Korea for people that are so far addicted to like these video games that they have
Yeah.
to physically like take them away from the environment. But yeah, so this is a sort of a a combatant to that, I guess. I don't see it working though, Jens. I don't
Yeah,
see it
I don't know
working.
how it's regulated on our
Like,
source where the
yeah,
article
how
came
are
from.
you?
It's like
Yeah,
it's
how are they possibly like? You think of the amount of people that live in China at the moment.
hmm.
There is physically no way that you can regulate this. Like, I feel like it's technically impossible and physically impossible.
I
You know,
mean, they
like
might be able to do it if it's through internet usage or whatever. Like,
see, you think that, but then like any sort of smart person would be like, okay, I'll just VPN.
yeah.
Like, I'll just reroute my traffic.
I
So it's
just
like it's not
yeah.
that hard.
I feel like it's a weird world in China because like what Facebook is banned in China, so and like
Yeah.
certain Google
I mean,
searches are
to be fair
banned,
as well,
so
a lot of their sort of like technology landscape is quite a bit different to a lot of the Western world.
yeah.
So
So I feel like
this,
maybe they
it's probably no
could
surprise to
realistically do this
yeah,
there.
it's quite closed off and all that sort of stuff. So it's probably no surprise to a lot of the people that are living in China at the moment, like a lot of the
Mm.
residents. But yeah, I mean, what a it's like a Black Mirror dystopian
It
type
is,
thing
yeah.
to hear. It's like
It's
what a
weird,
world, man.
man.
That's crazy. I did read there was another article that I read, but I didn't put it into this because I was like maybe it's too much information. But
Mm.
uh, there has or since this was announced and since this has been like started to be enforced, there has already been a website that was created in China that there's a very popular mobile game which I'm blanking on the name of now. It's like Heroes of something. I can't remember. But like it has I think it was the first game to ever reach 100 million concurrent users or something like that in a month.
Wow.
It was like it's some incredible number. Um, and that service, this website service that was created, was renting out 2 hour like blocks to play this game, so you can like just use someone else's account, I guess, to like bypass the 3 hour time limit or something like
Oh,
that. And it was like
interesting.
it's incredible. They're already working out ways to
Yeah.
bypass this this new law, I guess.
Yeah, right.
And it's yeah, and it's like I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy to think about like what it could imply, I guess. Uh
Yeah. Hopefully we
oh
won't be
man, what
affected
a
by that
world.
one day.
Oh look, I very much doubt it. I'd be
Yeah,
very
I highly
surprised
doubt. Yeah.
if this ever happens, because I feel like here, at least in Australia, we have such a you know, we're quite lucky in the fact that we have very nice beaches and very nice sort of like, outdoor open areas and things
Mm.
like that, which, probably unless you're living in rural China or you have like a little bit of access to land, like if you're in the cities, they're obviously very densely populated. So there's like nowhere to go and like kids can't go outside. This is all an assumption too, but like, you can't just easily go outside and play in a park or like,
Mm.
go to the beach or things like that because it is so densely populated and so like, just built up. Whereas here, I guess, maybe we have more access to like, outside activities. I'm not too sure. That could be something that you know, is is a contributing factor to it. Um, and I know like growing up and going through primary school here and high school, they're always toting about, physical fitness and physical education
Mm.
and how important it is in, growing up and becoming like a developed adult and stuff like that. They're always enforcing not enforcing, but like always pushing you to play school sports and like,
Yeah.
do extracurricular activities that involve sports or like some outdoor activity, so it could be something like that too. I'm not sure what their schooling system's like. So it's a whole it's a whole different world sort of over there. It could be anything, but very interesting, news article to sort of sprout out of nowhere.
Mm.
Very interesting. But yeah, I guess moving on though, Jens. Do you know the small indie studio CD Projekt Red? Very like not a lot of people know about them. I don't think they're
Think
quite
I
small.
heard of them.
Um, yeah, they have a couple of like small indie games, like the Witcher series and Cyberpunk 2077,
Okay.
and
Okay.
like
Yeah.
they're kind
Kinda
of
rings a
popular. They're
bell.
not too big. Yeah. So this small indie company,
Mm.
CD Projekt Red, has asked fans to crowdfund a Witch Among Us series.
Oh.
Because I'm assuming they probably didn't earn too much money from The Witcher and all of its royalties.
No, not at all.
And and Cyberpunk, they probably, I don't think they got that many sales from them. So
No.
their fans now have to pay for all of their newer things to come out. Um, this
How weird.
this this is weird. This, yeah.
Why are they
I don't know how
kickstarting
I feel
it?
about this.
Like,
I sort of understand some of it, but it's, yeah.
is it so
I
that
don't know.
they know
But
that people will want it, so they're gonna have
it's,
people
yeah.
do it?
I did see. They did have a Let me see if I can pull the old article up here because I had it up before.
Mm.
When was it? But I did that. They did have a justification, I think, for it. And that was one of the factors. I think was like it's a good way to gauge interest in it and to see how many
Right.
people do want, something like that. But where was it? Its release. Platform back when Rome was first announced, citing it's a means of creating a deluxe collector's edition and also launching a manga globally. So, um, if one of the pledges for this, like, and I guess Kickstarter is also a good platform for it because it can track people, like when they pledged, how much they pledged,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. So it's like you can get different tiers and things. And one of their bonuses was like if you back within the first 24 hours of the campaign launching, you'll get an exclusive collectible miniature
Ooh.
inspired by the story. Which is like, obviously you can't do that, in sort of other forms.
Right.
So it could just be like they utilize the platform because it's nice and convenient and easy. But it's, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like,
Yeah, but
I don't know how I feel about it. Like they make so much money from
yeah.
The Witcher 3 alone. Um, and Cyberpunk obviously had tons of sales, but it wasn't well received, so they probably did lose a fair bit to like refunds and that sort of stuff. And like obviously their market share did dip a fair bit around the time that Cyberpunk came out because of all of the negative press around it. But yeah, their pledge for this thing to be this Ronin series to be kicked off was $100,000.
Doesn't
100,000.
seem, is that a lot or not a lot? I don't know.
I
Cuz
see. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's like
like
you think it is like a full-fledged like let me see here. It's like 100-page hardcover version exclusively to Kickstarter as well. Which you could pledge $40 and you'd get that. So it's like it's quite a you know uh you know decent book and quite a substantial sort of manga book.
mm,
And it is all fully drawn out by Japanese manga artists
yeah.
and written by the people that have written for The Witcher and stuff like that before in the past. So it's like it is a very fleshed out and properly done story. But it's, yeah, $100,000 is a lot. And funnily enough, it's already blown over the initial goal of $100,000 and is almost at 200,000 US
Holy
dollars
crap.
raised. Yes, yeah. So I guess people didn't really care that it was Kickstarter because, like, I guess there's a demand for it. Clearly, like,
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
Well,
and it's not
yeah.
expected to ship until early next year sometime. So there's still a fair bit of time
Okay.
between now and the book coming out. A good couple of
Mm.
months. So it's, yeah, but I think they also did say yeah. One of their other sort of justifications for it, which they wrote on the Kickstarter pledge, CD Projekt Red themselves, was the more support for the comic, the more amazing new artists we can enlist to create stunning variant artwork,
Right.
all showing off unique takes on this Japanese-inspired Witcher story. So I guess they're probably making room to do reissues of it with different artists in different styles and things like that by the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously, like paying an artist, you've got to pay them quite a fair bit to do a 100-page story, um, in their specific art style. So yeah, and I am assuming they're getting fairly well-known artists too. They're not just getting,
Yeah.
a manga artist off Fiverr for like, $7 a page. They're getting, you know, quite well-known artists, I would assume. So yeah,
Probably.
there's probably a fair price to it all, but it's just a bit weird that a company as large as CD Projekt Red is relying on Kickstarter. Like like I said, you would assume it would be like an indie company. You would, if you didn't know CD Projekt Red, you'd be like, damn, this must be like some new company that's starting out or has only been in the industry for a
Mm.
couple of years now. But like if you know anything, CD Projekt Red is one of the biggest developer studios in the world. You know, it's yeah, but
Yeah.
what a crazy world we live in, man. I don't know.
I mean,
But
I
I
would
guess for all
like
the
to
Witcher
make
fans, there's a
an
new book
extra
coming out,
hundred
so
thousand. That'd be nice.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, this is true. You should start a Kickstarter, I think. Next stream,
So
$25,000.
yeah,
Raise it. Let's go. Hey,
double it, please.
time ain't cheap. Time ain't cheap, man. um, but yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. It's a bit weird that CD Projekt Red are crowdfunding, but then you also hear the justification for it, and it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Mm.
So it's yeah, but yes, I guess we'll wait and see and hear when the story comes out to see if it was worth the $100,000 raised. So whether or not people like it.
Yeah.
It is a totally new story. It's not relying on any other pre-existing like canon or history, I guess, other than I guess the character itself. Geralt. And they're writing it um very Japanese inspired. So they're putting The Witcher into like Japanese folklore. So he's not going to be fighting the sort of traditional monsters that he would in, the old Witcher books or like the video games, the Netflix series.
Mm.
They're going to be fighting more, I guess, Japanese folklore type monsters, which is kind of cool and kind of interesting. A cool mesh of two worlds, I guess. But yeah, who knows? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
This was absolutely incredible. This is absolutely incredible news when I heard this.
I am.
No, I could not believe it. I never thought this day would come, Jens. I never thought this day would come. But apparently, according to Stardew Valley creator Eric Concerned Ape Barone, there will be no more updates for Stardew Valley. Asterix. He did say in a recent Twitch stream that he is not planning on releasing an update anytime soon. A lot of fans and I guess players of the game were expecting a 1.6 update or patch with like new content
Right.
or something new to it. But yeah, he did state that there was no plans for it.
Maybe they're trying to make a
Um,
different game or something.
well, funny you said that because he does go on to say in that same
Mm.
Twitch stream, I think it was an interview. I think he was in an interview with someone.
Oh, okay.
But the good news was Barone's next game will feature all the pixel charm you know and love from Stardew Valley. And it already appears to be well underway in production. With the creator describing it as some kind of top-down pixel art game. He didn't reveal too much about what the game would entail, but he indicated it would be ready to announce sometime soon. So
Interesting.
maybe this year. He's still got a couple of months in the year. He could maybe
They might
squeeze out an
announce it
announcement
this
sometime
year,
this year, but
it probably won't come out this
yeah,
year.
no, I very much doubt it. Yeah, um,
What if
but
it's
yeah,
like a?
very interesting.
I wonder if
Like I
it's
said a couple of weeks
similar.
ago, as to how much I would
Yeah.
assume. Yeah, I would assume so because people love Stardew Valley. They absolutely adore that game. And so I feel like it's not going to be a direct sequel to Stardew Valley, or very similar to it in its style of like it being a farming simulator where you
Mm.
can create relationships with other villagers and all that sort of stuff, similar to Animal Crossing in a way.
Yeah.
But it I'm assuming it will have some of the features of Stardew Valley. Um, because I feel like that would be his like signature style. I don't know. I mean, nobody knows really, other than Barone, because we don't know much about the game. We don't even know what it's called. So it's yeah, but it's crazy to me that, like I said a couple of weeks ago, I feel like every time there is like an announcement for uh new games coming out, there's like a new Stardew Valley announcement or a new remake or a new remaster or a new
Yeah.
platform it's coming to, and it's like that's
It's
not going to
no
be
more.
happening anymore. It seems like incredible, incredible.
Well, it'll be for
Um,
his next game, but yeah, no more Stardew Valley
exactly,
on
yeah,
all platforms.
exactly.
I think it's on
But I
everything
guess it's
now.
exciting for yeah, bro. If I had like a Samsung smart fridge, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if it was on that.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
Stardew Valley is like the indie equivalent of Skyrim. You know how Skyrim is on every fucking platform
I was gonna say
imaginable?
Witcher, but yeah,
Stardew Valley is the indie variant of that. It's like it's the exact same. It's on every console, it's on, every PC streaming platform and, distribution platform. It wouldn't surprise me if it's on mobile phones at some point. Like it's everywhere. And Skyrim's the exact same.
yeah.
Um, but like I said a couple of weeks ago too, like well done to
Mm,
to Eric and
100%.
and all the team that's worked on it over the past, because that's such an accomplishment for an indie studio to do. Um, and to have the game so loved and adored by so many people,
Yeah.
is yeah, it's a very big accomplishment that you would be proud of. So hopefully he can replicate the same sort of effect with this new game that's coming out sometime soon.
And it's gonna be on every
But we'll,
platform.
we'll have to. Yeah, it's gonna be on everything too, man. It's gonna be everywhere. I feel like um a lot of the distributors for the game, like Steam and Epic and the Nintendo Store and all that,
Yeah,
I think they're gonna get in early, and as soon as it's announced, they're gonna be like, yeah, put this on our
probably.
platform.
Probably.
We're not gonna have a slew of announcements for the next like 6 months that are like, and now it's finally coming to Switch, and now it's finally coming to PS5, and now it's getting a remastered edition for the PS5 Pro. Like it's I feel like they're just gonna announce it on everything at once. But yeah, very exciting for him. And I guess sort of exciting for the fans too, because now they
Mm,
can sort of start to focus on his next game, I guess. And there's tons of mod features as well for Stardew Valley, so there's nothing really stopping other creators out there from uh you
totally.
know
Yeah.
changing the game and tweaking it and making it more fun or adding new content to it and whatnot. So it's yeah, the possibilities are endless. But yeah. Now, Jens, have you utilized any of the upgrade features for any of your new consoles, your PS5 or your Xbox?
Um, I think one game. I can't remember what it was, but on the PlayStation.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I have, what have I used it for? I used it for Little Big Planet. I used it for because we couldn't get Little Big Planet for PS5. EB Games never had it.
All
But we found a
right.
copy for PS4, and I looked it up, and you could upgrade the PS4 version to the PS5 version for free, and I was like, that's
That's
great.
so
That's
good.
like really cool. So we did that, and did I do it for another game? No, I don't think I did it for it. So I've done it for one game too, but that was free, and a lot of
Right.
the existing games that have come out that were released on both PS4 and PS5. I'm going to use PS4 and PS5 as an example because
Yeah.
it pertains to this story specifically. But there are also similar features for the Xbox Series X and the newer one again. Um, but yeah, they were all free. But it sounds like for the foreseeable future, I guess unless the studio doesn't want it to be this way, um, but they're gonna have a flat rate, a minimum cost of $10 around 13 Australian dollars to upgrade from
Wow.
the PS4 version to the PS5 version of the same game. Which
I
it's
see
not that steep.
why. Yeah. It's
It's
not,
yeah,
but it
and
is
and
when
it,
you're
it's a fair price.
it is when you're buying a PlayStation 4 game that's like $60. And then you got to pay.
Exactly.
But then
Exactly.
again,
And
are there
that's why we did that's why we bought the PS4 version of Little Big Planet as well, because that one was on sale. The PS5 version wasn't on sale. So we
yeah.
got like a $60 game rather than an $80 or $90 game. And then could upgrade it to an $125 game for
Mm.
nothing. Like, um so it's yeah. But all this, we're saying all this though because a little while ago they announced that there would not be a free upgrade for Horizon Forbidden West, the new uh, Horizon game that's coming out at the start of next
Yeah.
year. Uh, and fans lost it. They were like, "Whoa, whoa,
Right.
whoa, whoa! Stop it! Give me my upgrade for free." And so Sony thought on it for like a week or two, and then it came back and were like, "Okay, you know what? That's fair. We'll
Mm.
give you this upgrade for free." But then they also said, "Hold your horses, because from this point forward,
Yeah, okay.
there will be no more." And I guess as well, this is an asterisk with like, I guess if some distributions, some distributors do want to do a free upgrade or something like that, they do offers for it. I'm not too sure, but like it sounds like Sony games or Sony Studios games will have a flat rate of 13 Australian dollars to
Yeah.
upgrade.
I can see why they're
And
doing
I
it.
feel like that's fair. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's justified. That's, that's kind of cool. That, they would at least do this as well for free. They
Mm.
didn't have to,
They kept their
but they
word
did.
for
So,
it. Yeah.
it's, yeah, no, well done. Um, but yeah, and I guess it's also too because like at the moment, a lot of players still can't get their hands on a PS5.
Yep.
They still can't. So they're still obviously playing their PS4, and they don't want to have to wait 6 months until they can get a PS5 to play Horizon or something like that. They just want to be able to get the game on the PS4 that they have now, whatever console they have now, and play it and enjoy it. And then when they do eventually get a PS5,
Mm.
be able to continue to play the same game with the updated fidelity and graphics and
Yes.
haptics and all that fun stuff too. So it's kind of interesting that they flip flopped on their initial decision, but very welcomed decision at the end, I feel.
Yeah, and at least it's not like it's $13. I mean, that'll add up, but at least it's
Exactly.
not like 25
yeah.
or like anything more, I guess.
Exactly. And you think too, like it's only going to be for probably a handful of games that you're getting
Yeah.
because eventually everyone will have a copy of the PS5 and they're just going to buy PS5 games out of the gate.
And honestly,
so
PlayStation 5 games are so expensive that $13 is not gonna be anything compared to the
exactly
price of PlayStation 5 games.
exactly
Now.
yeah.
So.
And the thing is too, I did have a look, and the recommended retail price for, I think currently on Amazon that we're using a reference for the price. Currently recommended retail price for Horizon Forbidden West is $109 for PS4 and $109 for PS5. So it's the exact same price.
Wow.
It's just, yeah.
That's a lot for a PlayStation 4 game.
It is. It is. That's probably one of the most expensive PS4 games out there.
That isn't a deluxe version, yeah.
No, I think that was just for the base copy of the game. I don't know if they're doing a deluxe edition or anything like that at the moment. They could. I'm not too sure.
I think, but for Horizon they are, because I remember seeing like the collectible stuff for it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it too much, but yeah, I guess good news for PS4 players and PS5 players or PS4 players that are getting a PS5 in the near future. You can upgrade your game for free.
Yeah.
And now finally, gents, as always,
the Marvel.
What if, Jens?
Excuse me, I'm yawning.
We talked about Marvel for a 35th week in a row. What if we talk about Marvel for a 35th week in a row?
What if we don't talk about Marvel every episode?
Whoa, now that's a different timeline.
Yeah.
Right there. That's a different timeline. No, for those of you that haven't seen Marvel's What If episode 4,
I highly recommend watching this particular episode. This episode
was probably the best one so far.
Yeah.
If there's one that you were to watch, like Jen said, make it this one. I feel like this is a really good sort of a really good episode to showcase just what if is. I feel like the other ones have kind of been a bit on the nose, like it's just like putting a different character in a different situation.
Yeah, I feel like this is
changing one or two things.
Just done so well.
This sort of shows the full like breadth of what if can be. It was really good. But yeah, if you guys don't want spoilers, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. If you guys do want spoilers, or if you did watch the episode, thank you. Like we just sort of said, this episode was probably our favorite one so far.
It's so good. It was so sad
It was.
to
It was
see.
the most emotional episode. I mean, other than maybe the Chadwick
Yeah.
episode last week or whatever, but that was for different reasons. Obviously, because it's his first sort of posthumous performance
Yeah.
as T'Challa, and we're never going to obviously see him in that role again or any other role for that matter. It was emotional for a different reason. Whereas this one, the story itself and the characters and stuff like that were very, yeah, it was quite heavy hitting. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. You know, Doctor Strange is one of my sort of favorite new additions to the MCU. I love his
Same.
character. His casting was absolutely phenomenal. Um, they could not have picked a better actor to play Doctor Strange. Um, but I love this episode. I don't know what else to say really. It was
I
great.
know,
Like I said
right?
before, it was a perfect sort of explanation of what if can be. Like it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't just changing the character. It wasn't just sort of flipping the situation. It was like, what if Doctor Strange really did fuck with the timeline and try and change things? Like, what implications could that have? Um,
Yeah. It's
and it
just
was, yeah,
sad. Like, he's trying to do this
it
to save
was,
her and like doing everything he could to try and save her. And it just like, you
yeah,
can't. She has to die.
yeah.
Um,
Some things, the timeline can't heal some things. Some
yeah.
things are just meant to happen. Like it was, yeah.
It's a
Um,
really
and
cool
unfortunately, yeah,
idea. And then he goes all
yeah, it
crazy.
was. Yeah, it was really cool to see him at the end as like the big demonic, like,
Oh my god. When they
spooky
were
Doctor Strange
like,
thing.
yeah, when they were sucking the life form out of the beasts. And
Yes,
then, like, for a
yes,
moment, he would become like a morph of the beast and then go back to his
yeah.
own look. It is so
That was
cool. And then, like, his
epic.
shadow
It was
is like
epic.
all the beasts in like the shadow. It's
Yeah,
just
merged as one. It
so
was, yeah.
cool. Like, that idea of it that,
That and that's where the animation really comes into play. Like I
yeah,
feel like it would have looked a bit wonky or a bit weird if they did that CGI, but
absolutely.
it looks really good animated. Like it
Yeah.
fits the style, it fits the art of it all. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah,
And if it's the storytelling of it all, it was really well
exactly.
done
Yeah,
this episode. I really,
it
really
was.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. I really didn't have anything else to say. It was
I
sort of
know.
like there was a movie that had a similar premise.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, I other than Groundhog, I'm not thinking Groundhog Day, but it's kind of like Groundhog Day, and like he would, start his day. He would go about his things, and then he'd go back and he'd start his day again. He'd go about his things, but
Mm.
slightly different this time, and then he'd just repeat doing the same thing over and over again. And you could see that, like, you could see Doctor Strange every time he sort of started a new sequence of these events, he would try and do something different to try and like
Yeah.
figure out, like, oh, do you want to stay in tonight and order pizza instead of going out to
Yeah.
dinner? Do you want to like, go and catch a movie on the south side of town rather than, this? Yeah, it was yeah, I just really enjoyed this episode. I feel like this is one I would go back and watch again,
Same.
as opposed to some of the other ones. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I just want him to be happy.
yeah, yeah.
Just him and
I
his
guess I guess
partner.
that was the Yeah. I mean, who knows? At some point in the MCU, he might go back and try and figure out a way to do it, or like her, what do they call it in the Loki TV show? Her
Variant.
yeah, her variant might appear or something like that.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of cool to see because like if she did appear at some point like this variant, it would scare the shit out of Doctor Strange. Like he'd be,
True.
oh my god, like it would floor him. It would shatter him. Um.
Speaking of
So yeah.
Marvel, what's after the What
Mm.
If?
As in the next Disney Plus show.
Or yeah, or like the next. Is
I
it
think, well, obviously
the
we have
group one?
Shang-Chi out at the moment. And then Eternals is out in
Eternals. That's it.
November. And then we get Spider-Man in December. I
Spider-Man.
think the next Disney Plus, I think the next TV show is going to be the Hawkeye show, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
I don't think
yeah.
they've announced when exactly the release date is. But I think that will be the next one. I don't know if it's going to come out this year. I'd be very surprised if they do manage to squeeze it in this year. But if not, very early next year.
Yeah.
Um, And yeah, and I could be wrong too. They might have announced it, and I haven't heard it. I'm not too sure. I can't recall.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that'll be the next one,
Have you
and then there'll be
seen?
like She-Hulk is coming out after it again, I think, and then
Ooh,
there's a Miss Marvel one. There's Moon Knight coming as well. Like there's a ton on the horizon, so very exciting.
very.
But yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Have you seen the Eternals trailer at all?
No,
Okay.
that one I did manage to dodge, because my newsfeed knows that I'm not as big a fan of the Eternals as I
Yeah,
am for
gotcha.
Spider-Man. But yeah, no, so I have managed to dodge that one, and hopefully I'll be able to see that in cinemas too when it comes out in
Yeah,
November.
hopefully by then.
Um, yeah, and same with Spider-Man 2, but you know, fingers crossed. Very exciting time to be a Marvel fan. But we are getting so much over the next 2 years. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like it feels like we're back in that. There was a time period in the MCU where there wasn't a 6 month period without a movie or something like that was coming out. Like
Yeah,
they
it
were
was
just
like a busy
pumping these things
year.
out like
Yeah,
nothing, bro.
it's
Bro,
great.
like 2 years nonstop of just Marvel movies. It was incredible. And then we had to wait a year for Endgame to come out, and that was like the
Yeah.
longest, like dry streak any Marvel fan. It was like, oh, bro, it was hard to sit through, but it did. The climax at the end was so worth it. Like sitting in that
Totally.
cinema on opening night with everyone, like a fully packed cinema, and watching that 3 hour slog of a movie. It was
Oh yeah, it
so
was
worth it.
3 hours. Yeah, I was stressing that
Oh,
I need to go to the bathroom.
I honestly did not take a sip of my drink.
Yeah, I didn't
The
drink
entire thing.
prior and I didn't drink
Yeah,
during.
no,
I just couldn't.
yeah.
I couldn't risk
Me
it.
and the boys gave ourselves like a half an hour window before the movie started just to make sure we could get any last toilet breaks in before
Yeah.
we actually went in and sat down. Because I was like, as soon as I sit down, I'm not leaving this seat. Like I'm not.
So when you need a catheter.
Oh, honestly, yeah. Or you just like go through your popcorn bucket real quick and just use that. Like if you get real desperate. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can do it easily than women, but oh no, wait, they
no,
sell
no,
those
hey,
funnel
no,
things now.
yeah, Shiwis. No, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's their actual brand name, or that is a brand name of one of them is a
Oh my
Shiwi.
god.
Yes, incredible. Yeah, incredible.
Anyways,
What a world. Yeah. Anywho, before we get carried away talking about urination stories, was there anything you wanted to add on, Jens, before we wrap up?
no, that's all from me.
I do want to add something on.
Oh,
Jens is currently doing a big September drive. So if you guys are not already following her on Twitch or
you
subscribe to
should.
her on Twitch, make sure to head over and subscribe to her Twitch channel because there are some fun
20%.
events that can happen.
Oh, the
If we
current
hit.
goal is for a stream with
Exactly.
you. Oh,
Exactly. And if you saw our last scuff stream that we did,
it was pretty scuffed.
my god,
It was pretty
what
scuffed.
an event! And there's so many other scuffed games that have come out since, Jens. So many.
There's a VR game
Like-
that's like a puzzle VR game. It kind of reminds me of Don't Stop Talking or
Ooh.
The Bomb Explode or whatever. I think it's called
Yeah.
like I Expect You to Die 2.
Yes,
I really
I
want
have
to try
wanted
that.
to play that so bad.
Yeah.
There's the first one. It's like it's very spy oriented and very spy focused. And it takes a
Yes.
lot of nods and hints from like old James Bond movies
Oh,
and things like. And ever
cool.
since I saw it, I was like, bro, I want to play that game so bad. It's not
I
even
think it
funny.
might only be
Um,
VR, which is a shame.
Don't worry, I can track down a headset. I
Okay,
have a
cool.
neighbor that lives up the street that has one that I'm friends with, so
okay,
I can
okay.
I can ask if
Disinfect
I
it,
can
but then
borrow a
yeah,
headset.
borrow it.
So, yeah, true, yeah. But yeah. So, but anywho's that's all I wanted to add on. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.